Well, hello, boys and girls. It's when we feel like 8 o'clock. I'm Pearl of Wisdom, and you're listening to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom. Um, Coming to you live right now. I have to go to the Spanking Institute today, don't I? Yes. I took the Arizona game under yesterday. Arizona, Colorado. Yeah, not very good. I did have a lean on Boston, which was good. Didn't look good till the third period, but it was good. But overall, yesterday was a spanking worthy day. So I'm going to the Pearls of Wisdom Spanking Institute and getting what is going to set me straight. I hope you all do the same if you had something. Tell me in the comment section how you did yesterday. How were your leans? How were your picks? Let's just enjoy the frolic together, shall we? Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel anyways, because most of my picks before that have been some of the finest in the land, haven't they? And hitting the bell and all that stuff like that, and joining in Patreon. And remember that if you go, I'll put the Patreon app down at the bottom there. If I get 5 this week, and this has been a light week, haven't had anybody over there yet. If I get 5 this week, I'll do free picks for a week, and if I continue doing that, then I'll just continue giving free picks at $3 a month, which you're not even locked into at all. You can leave anytime you want. That's all. Simple. Okay. Let's head over to today's game, shall we? Philadelphia Flyers over Montreal Canadiens, or against Montreal Canadiens. Yes, I just kind of let it out. I have a little bit of a lean to Philadelphia here. However, Philadelphia's played 3 games and hasn't looked good in any. I'll tell you, if they play as poorly as they did any one of those 3 games against Montreal that's kind of on the ropes right now, Montreal will probably win this game. A Montreal PL might not be a bad thing here. I'm leaning to Philadelphia coming out hard and getting over this, whatever it was that's causing them to play slow in the neutral zone and all of those sort of things like that they've been doing. Like, it's been really odd. The last game was really odd. They were playing super slow. I did a podcast with Joe Boric, who's one of the finest in the land, and we talked about that. It seemed like that what AV was doing was he brought in guys like Raffle and kept Braun in and brought Hag in, and he was like really saying, if we're gonna lose kicking their ass. And I think their focus was a little more too much on kicking their ass and a lot not enough on skating. So I think my lean is they put it all together again here. So I'm kind of leaning that way. That could change. I haven't given anything to my Patreon subscribers yet, so maybe I do this bet, maybe I don't know. Calgary, Dallas. Well, is this not the cray series of the land, right? Wow. Who's going to win this game? Is Tkachuk going to be back? If Tkachuk's back, that could be the emotional thing that allows Calgary to win this game. Talbot has been Talbot, and I'm not sure why they haven't gone to Rittich at all in this series. I know that in the offseason, they might want to look at goaltending. If Talbot is your number one, and I was really rooting for Talbot. And honestly, I mean, he hasn't played terrible, but he hasn't played well enough for a playoff number one goaltender. Dallas Stars, I don't know why. Why haven't they been rocking Bishop? Anybody know why they haven't been rocking Bishop? Because they should be putting Hudobin in that. So if Bishop's in, I think I lean to Dallas. If not, pick them. The over-under's 5. They've been playing like recent. It should be under 5 in these games, but they have been playing over 5 for the last 2 or 3. So that might be something to look at. Capitals versus the Islanders. Can't really talk much. I've already put a bet in for this game. I will say that whether Washington wins this game or not, I doubt they win the series. And I'm pretty sure that Reardon, their coach, is no longer going to be with them anymore. This will be 2 series in a row they lose to Barry Trotz-led Islanders. I mean, could there be a bigger mirror of you suck than that? Well, not necessarily suck. I mean, Barry Trotz is probably the second best coach of of this generation. Maybe not, but close. But right up there anyways, top 5 for sure. And difficult to go against. But considering that he was the coach he replaced, the Capitals didn't really play all that great all year. They were relying on talent and didn't have all that much pushback. It would seem that it is abundantly clear with all the good coaches out there right now, you could definitely make a darn good case of taking somebody else rather than him, for sure. Laviolette, for instance, would be a good example. Laviolette might be a good person in here, just off the top of my head. But there are some very good coaches out there available now, of course. Gallant, if you could find him, maybe. That would be fantastic. I don't know if he's like behind the scenes decided to go somewhere or not, but if he hasn't, I'd be like fumbling with my phone. Hey, do you want to come in right now? That would be fantastic for them. Okay, Chicago Blackhawks and the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, Chicago has been playing very resilient, as Chicago always does. Everybody likes to root for Chicago for good reason. Jonathan Toews is one of the most cheery, like a guy that you just want to cheer for. Great leader, plays the game the way it's supposed to be played. Heart like crazy. Everybody loves him. And then Kane and, of course, Duncan Keith. There's a lot of guys that sit fresh in our minds as being great NHLers of this generation. And I'm leaning Vegas here, but I'm not totally sure. Chicago has always made a game of it every single time. Crawford played out of his head last game. If he does it again, he could win. But I'm going to give you a lean on Vegas here. I haven't given it out as a pick. But now I get to talk this through in my head with you. And I do that to myself all the time anyways. But it seems to be a little better when I'm actually talking to sort of people. Sort of. You're not really there. But you will be really there if you tell me in the comment section what you think about these games and this fine programming and all of that. Hit the subscribe. Patreon will be in the comment section. That's my full 42%, boys and girls. That's all I have to give. Why don't you get out there and put some picks out today? Okay? Have a great day. Lots of love to you.